So let's try to figure out the chord progression to this song, Dance Monkey, new song. So the first thing we want to do is we want to figure out the key.
Was passing by, and now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you every time. And on my
F sharp minor. Okay. So what we want to do to figure out the chord progression is we want to listen and we want to figure out how long the chord progression is. So we've been listening to the song for quite a while. Let's listen. Let's find a specific section of the music to work with. So let's find this section here. Great, so 30 seconds to 40 seconds. So let's do that again. Let's figure out how many chords there are. Let's figure out how long the chord progression is. So we're just going to try to count, we're just going to listen for the harmonic rhythm. This song is quite easy, it's quite clear cut. So I'm going to just show you when each chord changes. There's a change. There's another change. There's another change. Okay, good. So there were 4 chords. And how many bars was it? It was 4 bars too. So let's count along. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 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 Cool. So 4 chords, 4 bars. Okay. 1 chord each bar at the top of the bar. So now what we want to do is we want to figure out which of those chords are major, which of them are minor, which of them sound major, which of them sound minor. So let's listen to the first one. Does that sound major or minor? Let's listen again. Sounds minor to me. So let's put minor in. Second chord. That sound major or minor? That one sounded major to me. Third chord. Ay, ay, ay. This one sounds major. Fourth chord sounds minor. So we have minor, major, major, minor. Okay. So out of those chords in F sharp minor, the 1 chord is minor. The 4 chord, B minor, is minor, and so is the C sharp minor. So let's guess F sharp minor for the first chord. See how that sounds. That sounded fine. That sounded right for sure. So the first chord is F sharp minor. Let's check the next one. So now we need a major chord. The major chords in the key of F sharp minor are A major, D major, and E major. So let's try A major. Well, actually, what we should be doing is we should be listening what we think it is. So this sounds like a really rock progression, like rock music. That's what it sounds like to me. I've heard this many times before. It sounds like a really powerful chord change. Okay, it doesn't sound uplifting, but let's check A major anyways. Let's say for you it sounded uplifting. Let's say. Then maybe you thought it was moving to A major. So let's check. Definitely didn't work. Let's also listen to the bass. What's going on in the bass? How is the bass moving? That's going to help. It's moving down, right? So A major wasn't right. So moving down from F sharp minor, maybe a better guess is E major. Let's try E major. didn't sound right at all. So the last option is D major. Let's just check that that works. Great, that works. And good. The next chord, the third chord, it's major. And did it sound like it moved up or down? And what kind of motion was that? For me, it sounded like a step up, like moved up one step. That's what that sounded like. Good. So that I would guess E major right away. It's right, right? Good. And now the fourth chord. How does that sound in compared to the third chord? So that one sounded kind of tense, like a tense chord. It sounded similar to the third chord. It sounded like it was doing the same thing, but it was just a little bit different. So it was a minor chord. It's obviously not F sharp minor because we come back to that on the fifth chord, the next time through the loop. So maybe it's B minor or maybe it's C sharp minor. Usually the 5 chord, even if it's minor in this case, it still sounds more tense than the 4 chord. So I think the 5 chord would be a good guess for this. For me, it sounded tense going to that 5 chord. It sounded like it was a movement that needed to be resolved. So let's listen. Let's listen how C sharp minor would sound. Good, and we can hear that bass movement too of a fourth that's so strong. Great, so let's check the chord progression over again. So F sharp minor, D, and E major, and C sharp minor. So for me, this sounds very similar to something like F sharp minor, D, F sharp minor. There's a lot of rock songs that have progression like this. But instead of going right away back to the F sharp minor, it adds even more tension by going to the 5 chord. So that's the chord progression in this song. Not too hard to do. Remember to always ask yourself what the chord change sounds like. Always try to use finesse when you can.